Next time you're in a sports bar or a control room staring at a massive crystal clear video wall, I want you to take a closer look.
Because there's a lot going on behind the scenes, right?
Exactly. You're seeing one giant window, but what you don't see is the nearly $4,000 metal box, just sweating in the server closet to make that illusion possible.
Yeah, it requires a massive amount of active computation to pull that off.
Right. And welcome to today's deep dive. We are tearing apart the source specs for the Avenview HDM2-ProWall-T4K video wall processor. And our mission here is really to uncover the invisible, high-tech, heavy lifting required to make multiple separate TVs act as a single, flawless canvas.
Because you weren't just like splitting a video signal through a cheap Y cable. The processor is actually dissecting and rebuilding a high-res image in real time.
Okay, let's unpack this. Think of this processor as a master puzzle maker. It takes a massive, true 4K resolution image running at 60 frames per second and perfectly distributes it pixel by pixel across 4 full HD 1080p displays.
What's fascinating here is the technical weight of what they call 4K at 64.4.4 support.
Oh, right, the chroma subsampling thing.
Yeah, exactly. It ensures there is zero resolution loss or color degradation. You aren't just taking a smaller image, stretching it out, and, mathematically guessing the missing colors.
Which usually just makes everything look like a blurry, washed-out mess.
Right. Instead, you are maintaining absolute crisp fidelity. You get an actual one-to-one pixel match across the entire grid.
Well, perfecting a standard 2x2 square is great, but physical spaces require flexibility. Architecture rarely cooperates with perfect squares, right?
Oh, for sure. You might need a long 1x4 menu board over a coffee shop counter or maybe an asymmetrical mosaic layout.
Right, and the specs show it handles those custom layouts beautifully. It even supports image rotation for vertical mounts, though. I did notice that rotation feature is strictly limited to 1080p inputs.
Yeah, that's a small catch, but still super versatile for commercial setups.
But here's where it gets really interesting. I mean, what happens if 4 screens simply aren't enough? A 4-screen maximum feels pretty limiting if you're outfitting a massive commercial space.
Well, that's where their cascading feature comes in.
Wait, so you can link them together?
Yes, exactly. You don't have to buy a totally different system. You can link multiple processor units together through the control software, and that lets you build massive 3x3 video walls.
Oh, wow. So you're scaling up to 9 screens without bottlenecking the processing power.
Exactly. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, managing a massive cascaded wall like that requires absolute precision, which brings us to the software and compliance side of the hardware.
Because when you physically stack 9 TVs, the plastic borders, the bezels, are going to violently chop up the image, right? A straight diagonal line moving across the wall is going to look completely broken.
Yes, and that physical interference is exactly why on-screen display, or OSD, edge correction is so crucial.
That's the feature that hides the bezels.
Yeah, it fixes that disjointed look by mathematically dropping or hiding the exact number of pixels that would physically sit behind that plastic frame. It basically treats the bezels like the wooden frames of a window pane.
That window pane analogy is perfect.
Yes.
The processor is literally throwing away data so our brains connect the dots naturally.
Right. It physically maps the image to the exact millimeter of the display surface. And it also has to manage the data coming in securely. It features HDCP 2.2 input and 1.4 output compliance.
Right, the high bandwidth digital content protection. The cryptographic handshake between devices.
Exactly, because if a secure 4K source, like a live sports broadcast, demands a 2.2 handshake and the processor fails, the source just assumes it's being pirated and sends a blank screen.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so this unit manages that complex decryption at the input and then actively downconverts it to 1.4 for the individual monitors so the content actually plays.
So what does this all mean? Well, a $3,995 price tag starts to sound pretty reasonable. It's simultaneously managing uncompressed color math, cascading scale, and precise edge correction in real time.
It really is a serious professional tool disguised as a simple black box.
And hey, if you're buying one, there's a 10% off discount code mentioned right at the top of the source page.
A nice little bonus for a heavy-duty piece of tech.
Definitely. So next time you walk past a massive crystal clear digital billboard or stadium screen, take a second. Ask yourself, how many unseen processors are working in perfect, invisible harmony to trick your eyes into seeing just one giant picture?